So it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Good afternoon, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Love of Paul McGrath podcast on yet another day where we have a European eliminator, as I'm going to call them, because every single game from here on in, if we keep winning them, we will get Europe. If we keep bettering Brighton's results and Liverpool's results and Tottenham Hotspur's results, we will get European football. And what a fantastic position that is to be in at this moment in time. And look, today isn't going to be easy. Brighton put it up us yesterday with a 6-1 winning. Did it finish 6-1? I think it finished 6-1 win at Wolves. Means that Aston Villa need to get something out of this game today to keep our push towards Europe going. Do I think we can get something out of this today? You better believe I think we can. I woke up this morning with a small bit of a hangover, but in a very, very positive mood about this game today. As positive, I suppose, as you can be about going to Old Trafford on a... I don't know what the weather is like over in Birmingham, but here in Galway, in Ireland, it is bucketing rain at the moment. So on a wet Sunday morning, I woke up as positive as one could be, I think, with that in mind. I don't think there's going to be too many surprises with the team sheet today. But that I still think that in itself is a bit of a positive for Aston Villa. I know we can talk about legs getting in the way, or what I mean by that is, tired legs getting in the way of performances, and arguably you could say that happened in the second half of the Fulham game during the week, and arguably you could say it happened in the first half of the Brentford game during the week, or at last weekend. But I think the familiarity within this team is what is really it's really galvanizing this team. It's what's keeping this team humble, as Unai Emery says. And the partnerships that are being garnered, and specifically in midfield, in the absence of Boubacar Kamara, at centre half between the two boys at centre half, rekindling that partnership, and also the partnership, I think, between Ollie Watkins and Buendia, and I'm going to categorise McGinn and Jacob Ramsey in there as well. So that kind of 4-person kind of partnership in there. It's stuttered slightly over the last couple of games, but it's one that, when it breaks out and it looks absolutely fantastic. I've no idea where Paddy is, by the way. If anybody knows where Paddy is, please send him my way, because I'm just waiting on him here. Maybe I gave him the wrong time. But maybe he should be able to jump in. I don't know. Maybe he's off running the Great Limerick Marathon today, or the Great Limerick Run that's on in my home city of Limerick today. To anybody who's out doing it in this wet weather, I applaud you. I really applaud you. I'm like one of those guys. I'm like, what's the fella from the Lord of the Rings, Gimli? At the very start, one of the opening scenes in the Lord of the Rings, where he's the dwarf and he's running. He says dwarfs they're built for speed, not for long distance, and that's definitely my MO when it comes to running. I'm definitely not a long distance runner. But anybody who is doing the Great Limerick Run, anybody who's doing the Belfast Run today, and next weekend over in the UK, I know that the guys at Claret and Blue are doing the Birmingham Run. So anybody who's doing that, wish you all the best, and I hope you meet, whatever you're raising funds for, or whatever the case may be, that you get exactly what you need out of it as well. It's difficult really to talk from an Aston Villa point of view with regards to this team today, because, as I say, it's going to be same team, same subs essentially. It really is. It's going to be the same team. I can't imagine there's going to be many, if any, changes. Now, Professor Emery might spring a surprise somewhere, maybe by bringing in a Luke Dean maybe in for this game, or something along those lines. But I don't think there's going to be any major curveballs, as in I don't think we're going to see John Duran in instead of Buendia, or I don't think there's going to be anything of that nature. But if you guys listen to any of the previews that we did, or you listen to the preview I did in the Villa View with Dave Reid, United can't exactly be massively comfortable with their squad coming into this as well, given their centre-half situation. They're they're an ankle turn away from having Luke Shaw and Casemiro in the middle of defence. And when we talk about partnerships, by the way, massive kudos needs to go to Luke Shaw for stepping in and playing centre half. He looks maybe even looks like a better centre half than he does a left back at the moment. But he stepped in to play centre half. But they don't really have anything else behind them. Maguire looks like he's going to be out for today. I haven't heard anything to the contrary. Obviously, Martinez and Varane are out as well. So it's it's something to be aware of, that if they do have any tweaks or anything like that, they could be in a situation where they have a really unfamiliar centre-half partnership. And I think the centre-half partnership that they have going out there today is still unfamiliar, and that's where Spurs really hammered them. They hammered them down the left-hand side when Malacia came on, and and they were able to drag Luke Shaw out. It looked like Luke Shaw wasn't particularly comfortable playing with Malacia outside him. And it looked like that they were able to drag Shaw out, and that created a bit of space for Harry Kane to get those assists. And as we know, the second goal was a ball to the back post. Obviously, Son coming in there, but when you start stretching defenses and when you see that there's an uncomfortability maybe between two players playing there in the partnership, that's how you get in at a back post. That's how you get in at a Trezeguet back post wonder situation. So maybe Aston Villa have something in there. And we will take a look at it in a moment because the team is coming up in 3 minutes and Paddy has joined us. Paddy, I thought you took a late last-minute decision to do the Great Limerick Run today or something, and you'd forgotten about the podcast.
Funnily enough, it was the Great Limerick Run that caused me to be late because I took my son to watch his team playing, and the traffic is all diverted all over the place, so that's why I'm late. So apologies, everybody. But I was listening to you in the car as I was trying to negotiate around the marathon that's going through the city.
As long as you were listening, Paddy, as long as you were listening, you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. I don't really mind. That's all part of the game. And for anybody who is listening, if you want to give us a thumbs up there, if you like what we do, please do that. And if you're not subscribed to the podcast, it costs you nothing to do, just to click on that subscribe button. The only thing you need to be is logged into your YouTube account to click on subscribe. And we love any of those subscriptions. Remember there was a time whereby we were crossing our fingers hoping we would get to 5,000, should I say, and then when we got to 5,000, the next 300 just came out of nowhere. So thank you so much to everybody. And if you think of anybody that might like this podcast, please let them know. And we'd be delighted to have them on board because, as I said, this is my favorite podcast to do of the week, the Team Sheet Tantrum, because it's always full of optimism. And Paddy, I've just been speaking about my optimism about today and about the kind of both teams having their idiosyncrasies at the moment. But one, I think that we can definitely go for against Manchester United. But how did you wake up feeling this morning?
I woke up feeling very hungover this morning because I had a great night last night, and I actually bumped into your parents while I was out last night for the first time ever. So when I'm hungover, I'm always way overly optimistic. So I'm predicting a decent win here today, and I think we can safely say we need to forget about everything else that's going on around us and tackle our own game. And I would imagine that's what the professor is telling the team to do. So get our own result. Forget about Liverpool. Forget about Spurs. Forget about Brighton. Just keep winning. Keep getting results. Would I take a draw today? Not right now. I wouldn't. That might change in 2 minutes' time when we see if there's anybody missing that we haven't been told about. But I am predicting a win today. I am super optimistic that we have got for the first time ever, I feel like we've got a team like Man United at the right time.
I think so. Well, I hope so, and I think so too as well. And let's get to some of the guys' comments here before the team is announced in a moment. Jordy Villan says it's probably unhealthy how excited I am about this game today. Des Williams says, "Evening, gents. Hope we go out and show our best. Result will be what it is, and up the Villa." RA Venture 26 says, "If we don't get VAR'd or VAR'd, I think we would get a result, but looks like that
team is in.
Bruno will play, and we know how he loves to cheat. Hoping for a strong ref today." And we have Jared Gillett today and Michael Oliver on VAR today. So theoretically, you would think that they are strong, but we know we just know. I'm not even going to throw it over to Paddy for his view on that at the moment, because go back and watch other podcasts that we've had that Jared Gillett has been refereeing, and you'll get Paddy's view of it. But the team is in. Before we do go to the team in a moment, I just want to say a massive thank you to Gaz Oaks. Really appreciate that, Gaz. 1-1 today.
Cheers, Gaz.
Have a Guinness and me. Sam Dixon says, been listening to every Villa pod I can find. This is still my favourite. What's happening at the moment feels surreal. Up the Villa from Sydney, Australia. And also in your head, Changed Man says, which away kit are we wearing today, lads? And which one of the two is your favourite? Paddy, I'll let you answer that. Which of
We're wearing this one, but I was in such a hurry I never got to take off my top to get online. Yeah, we're wearing the light blue one today. It's not my favourite. I love the black one for some strange reason, but I think it's time to make a memory in this light blue jersey today and go and beat Man United at Old Trafford and do the double over them this season. It would be magic.
Exactly. And here's the team that's going to do it, Paddy. So the team is Martinez in goals, Young, Konsa, Mings, Alex Moreno, McGinn, Dendonker, Douglas Luiz, Jacob Ramsey, Buendia and Watkins. Same team. Do we have the same subs? We don't. We have a change in the subs bench. We have Olsen, Diego Carlos, Traore, Chambers, Duran, Dina, Revan, Tommy O'Reilly and Caden Young. I'm terrified about that subs bench, Paddy. Absolutely terrified. And do you know why? We've only one goalkeeper.
Who's missing? Oh, it's the goalkeeper. No, it couldn't be.
Yeah, it is. Sinisalo,
but there must be someone else because we only ever had one young lad on the bench. Now we've got Revan, Tommy O'Reilly, and Caden Young.
Olsen and Sinisalo. So if you take Sinisalo out, Caden Young is after coming in from last week's team.
I don't think Revan was on the bench last week, was he?
He was. Revan has been in the last 4, I think. I think he's been on the bench for the last 4. Since Paddy Cash got injured, he's been in there. So that's and I joke and I jest. I suppose realistically with the under 18s and the under 21s. Now I know there's the playoff coming up or when I call them the under 21s, we call them the Premier League 2 side. Where there's a playoff coming up for those guys, and the under 18s have a cup final coming up soon as well. You know, it's no harm getting these guys during that break in and around the first team, getting them playing at a bigger level, provided they obviously don't get injured, so that they can go back and play with their age groups and hopefully bring home some. Diego Carlos is now the backup, but hopefully these young kids can get some valuable experience, take that back, and you know, it elevates their performance at their age groups as well. Paddy, like, is there any real point in asking you what you think of this team?
No, that's exactly as I would pick the team. My only concern is obviously down the wings. The battle I'm looking forward to, and I haven't seen the Man United team. I presume Wan-Bissaka is going to play at right back, and I'm looking forward to seeing Moreno against Wan-Bissaka. I'm not looking forward to whoever is up against Ashley Young, because he could be in for a very tough day. But I think the tactical battle between Moreno and Wan-Bissaka, if we can keep Wan-Bissaka back in the half, we'll be doing okay today.
So the United team is De Gea with Malacia as in, delighted. No Wan-Bissaka. Delighted Dalot and Malacia are in there. I really am. That was the ultimate piece. I said I wanted Dalot to be on the right hand side. I wanted Malacia to be on the left hand side. I spoke about it there in the pre-match, or just there before you popped on, Paddy. I don't think Shaw and Malacia were that comfortable playing with each other, and Harry Kane got serious joy when he pulled out there onto that left hand side, and that's where the two of the Spurs goals came from in the second half, and they really hammered the hammer down that side as well. So I'm delighted with that. You have Shaw and then Lindelof in midfield, or in defence. You've Sabitzer and Casemiro, or you've Eriksen and Casemiro with Sabitzer, Fernandes and Sancho and Rashford up top. Yeah, I think that's it. But once again, two things that United do here that really piss me off with regards to this. Number one, when you click on the image there, it brings you to a Discord link. Just put the fucking image up there. Doesn't always have to bring you somewhere. And secondly, stop putting your players out in numerical order. For the love and honour of God, it's just stupid.
That's what's confusing me. Who are the two centre halves here? Shaw and Lindelof, is it?
Yeah, Shaw and Lindelof.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find it very strange that they're playing Luke Shaw at centre half when Harry Maguire is on the bench. I don't get that.
Harry Maguire, as far as I'm aware, I didn't expect him to be fully fit. As far as I'm aware, he only trained on Friday or Saturday. When we did our pre-match on Thursday night, was it Thursday night? I think we did it. No, we did it on Friday night. He was still marked as not being fit to play on Friday night, so he must have only trained yesterday, and they got him on there ASAP, I'd say. So it's an interesting one, because they have gone with Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Williams, all defenders. You know, they're all defenders there as well. They've got Fred and Fred is their only midfield player, but then they've gone with Palestri, Anthony Martial, and Weghorst then as their front four changes. So, two things you could play into Villa's hands here. Let's say Luke Shaw or Lindelof gets injured and Harry Maguire, and half-fit Harry Maguire has to come on. And secondly, Ericsson or Casemiro pick up an injury or something like that. Fred has to come on. Fred was atrocious at the weekend. Absolutely atrocious. And how he's in there over, I don't know, is McTominay even fit? But my God, you have to play McTominay. You have to put him on the bench over Fred. You just have to.
Yeah. He is injured. McTominay is definitely injured.
Yeah.
Look, I suppose
the
fear I have here is when you've got the talent of Martial and Anthony to come off the bench, along with the big brute that is Weghorst to go in and rough it up. I would have rather seen Weghorst start instead of Rashford, but Rashford is very, very, very on form at the moment, so there was no doubt that he was going to start. But there's a lot to consider there. I'm glad Wan-Bissaka is not starting. I am too. I have this irrational fear of him. I think he's a good player.
He's had a super season. He's been one of the main reasons that Ten Hag was able to kind of get his defense going when he had Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Shaw left back, Wan-Bissaka right back, or even Dalla right back. There was a gelling there of that back four. It's been completely and utterly decimated now, with injuries, and we need to capitalize on that. But the thing for me is, I find it strange that Anthony drops to the bench and Sabitzer comes in out there. No, Sabitzer's a good player. He's very functional. He's in there to. I can guarantee you, he's in there to stop Moreno. He's going to provide that bit of cover from Malacia out there on that left-hand side, I think, and I think it's a good move for them. I think it is a good move for. He's in there to protect Dallat at right back, I think, and he's going to stop the Moreno charge up that left-hand side. He's going to try to stop it anyway. But best of luck to him, because Alex Moreno is unstoppable, as we all know, and he's been Villa's signing of the season because signing in the January window, because he's really been the only one that's actually played. But he's been actually fantastic as well, and I think he doesn't get the credit he deserves outside of Villa circles for the work he's done. Quick one here from Mike Warmball. Mike says, Neil, you do a great job representing us Villa fans across all platforms. Keep it up. Your professionalism builds your brand. You don't just go on every show and repeat yourself like most. Keep it up. Well, sometimes I think I do repeat myself, Mike, so thank you very much for saying that I don't. And I think it works well sometimes, me asking the questions to Paddy, and sometimes when someone asks me a question, I get a different kind of viewpoint from the way the question is worded. So thanks a million for that, Mike. I really, really appreciate it. There's also Richard. Richard says is a couple of rock shandies on Richard today. And Jordan Levy says, celebrate with some 8 degrees later.
What's 8 degrees?
8 degrees is that's the beer from Mitchell's.
The beer you were drinking the other night, was it?
Yeah, the other night. Yeah. Paddy, I'm going to ask you for a prediction there. So I'm sorry, guys. I actually have.
You can hear the noise.
little puddings here that I'm going to have to go to Paddy. I'm going to ask you for prediction, and we may have to wrap this one up very, very quickly.
No problem. You do what you got to do there, Neil. I'll take over for a few minutes.
We'll see everybody. I'm going with 1-0 Aston Villa today, okay? And I'm going to leave Paddy take over and finish up for. So we'll see you guys later, and everybody, hope you enjoy your game, and up the Villa.
Well, left a lunatic running the asylum here, so get your scores in. We won't go too long on this because you know me, I'm man a few words unless I'm asked a question. So if you have any questions, put them in. If not, put your scores in there, and we'll run through them. Very optimistic about today. I have nothing to back that up other than I feel that Man United are going to be very, very tired today, and I think we don't normally get teams in this position. So I'm so happy to be looking at a tired Man United team today, and I think we can go and win this. That's all I have to go on. I'm going to run through your scores here now. I'm not going to keep you too long because there's another big game on in Scotland, and I'm going to watch the first half an hour before this one as well. So Andrew Munro goes 1-0 Villa. Jonathan goes 1-0 Villa. Salubrious Ed goes 2-2. Don't think there's going to be that many goals today. Junior goes 2-1 Villa. Dico Blanco goes 7-1 Villa. Rachel Insel Lewis goes 1-1. God, there's a few pessimists in here today. Michael is going for a 2-0. That's my prediction today. I'm going 2-0 Villa. Sammy is going 2-0 Villa, I presume. Sewer Sounds is agreement Neil 1-0. Dave goes 3-1. Margaret is going 1-1. Stephen O'Sullivan is going 2-2. Keep 2-2. What? Micah Richards is going for 1-1. Neil is much quicker at this than me. 2-1. Bruno, Ramsey, and Konza. Now, there's a bolter now. I fancy Ramsey today. I was discussing it with Mark, who's in the comments there earlier. I reckon I'm going for a Ramsey goal today. Hans is going 2-2. Mia Foley is going 2-1. Tom is going 1-1. British Mick is going for a 1-all or a 2-all. Yeah, possibly. I just don't see that many goals today. T8 says Lily Tate 3-2. Oh, it's your name, is it? Lily Tate is 3-2. Jonathan Kinsler is going for a 3-1. Jonathan, you sent me the most bizarre bet today. Emmy Martinez to be booked, and can't remember what the other side was, but hope it comes off you because you're going to make an awful lot of money today. Nick said, love your take on Fernandes in the preview. Sorry about that. Look, I know Michael Huggins in the comments too wasn't too impressed with my attitude to Fernandes, but look, he is just... He's the captain of Manchester United, because if he wasn't the captain, he'd be sent off for the way he treats referees. I'm not going to go in on him until after the match, because I'm sure he's going to do something to piss us all off today. Spicy Price is going 3-2. Konza scoring with a header. Connor is going for a 5-0 Villa win. My God, that would be magic. Lewis says, we know you're the brain of the pod, Paddy, and I'm just a quiet man that keeps Neil on the straight and narrow. He's going for a 3-1 Villa. Paul McAllister is going 3-1 Villa. Jared is going 2-1 Villa. Dean Averis is going 2-0 Villa. Aston, the Villa fan, hasn't a Scooby on this one, honestly. I feel a bit like that myself today, but I just can't get over the fact that I think we're going to win. We're definitely going to win today. I feel so optimistic about it. 2-1 Villa, says Michael. Stephen, 2-1 Villa. Keep up the good work, Paddy. Thank you. Stephen Kiley, good to meet you yesterday, buddy. 2-0 to us. Happy days. This is 3-4 to no score to Villa. We'll take that. Launch it. Cheers. Gareth McDonough is going 6-1. Wow. Okay. I predict Paddy to get a short off today when we win. Well, I will when I'm going to bed anyway, that's for sure. Nick Shearing is going 1-0. Hope that's 1-0 to Villa. Will they be given the one pen today? Yeah, they've had a few dodgy ones, haven't they? They really had over the years. I hope we're beyond that. I hope we're fighting at the upper end of the table now at this stage to be given a bit of respect, but you can't predict what these referees are going to do for sure. Tuan is going for a 2-0 Villa win. And says, Paddy, we have to beat them. I get full bragging rights in this house. So 3-1 to Villa. And actually passed me last night in the car and roared out the window, and I didn't know it was Anne. Otherwise I would have went back and gave you a hug or shook your hand, Anne. So thanks for shouting out the window at me last night. Jet says, up to Villa. The MacBees are going 1-0 to us. Habs asked, why do I think Anthony is benched? I've honestly no idea. I think he's the kind of player that only seems to turn up every now and again. So maybe that's the reason they put him on the bench. To certain players need that little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? They need a bit of care when they put him on the bench, and it kind of riles them up that if he's needed, he's going to come off all guns blaring. So that's my opinion on why they bench players like that every now and again. 135-0. Ratman to get a penalty for stubbing his toe, only to fall over and miss it. Wouldn't that be nice? Whatever about the 135-0. I just love to see him miss a penalty for sure, just like the last time. Love Bleeds is going for, head says 1-1, heart says 2-1 win. Jer agrees with my opinion on Bruno, 1-0 Villa, fair enough. Habs is going for 2-0 Villa. And we just go to a couple more there now. The Mitch Meister is going 2-1 Villa. Sartagius is going 2-1 Villa. Bertie is going 2-0 Villa. Peter is in California where it's 5:10 in the morning. Fair play. I admire people all around the world that can get up at that hour of the morning to watch Villa. And shout out to everybody. You know, I speak to Mark Holmes in the comments there on a daily basis. Rick Leon in California. You have the utmost respect for me that on a Sunday night you're up till all hours, or a Sunday morning you're getting up at stupid o'clock to watch the match. Well, I hope you're able to go back and get a couple of hours shut-eye afterwards and enjoy the rest of your Sunday afterwards. Welcome back, Neil.
Hello. I would love this comment. I don't know, did you see it, Paddy? I hope Mark Goldbridge's channel sounds like Neil's baby monitor after the game. That is comment to the day. That is comment to the day so far. That is brilliant. I've actually taken a screenshot of that.
That is brilliant.
I have taken
stuff.
a screenshot of that and I'm putting that on Twitter. It's brilliant. Yeah, so I suppose just after before my little séjour there, I was going with 1-0 Aston Villa. I still think I'm going to go with 1-0 Aston Villa. It'll be an absolutely monumental performance to go to Old Trafford, to keep them scoreless, and for us to come away with a 1-0 would be absolutely brilliant. And I think it's on the cards, to be honest with you. I think it's something we certainly can do for sure.
Wouldn't it be nice to get a bit of luck like this and get a dodgy penalty? Wouldn't it just to give one of these greedy six a taste of their own medicine? It really would.
That would be fantastic. I hope VAR doesn't even have to get involved today. It would be nice to get it to get the rub of the green like that, but I hope VAR doesn't need to get involved. There's something about if we were to do the double over Manchester United and not have to have it come into question at all. You know, after the first game, the 3-1 that Unai masterminded the first time, you know, for us to go away there and win 1-0 fair and square, no VAR messing or anything like that, I think that would be nice as well, because you know, the way other teams always kind of throw the Sheffield United ghost goal at us. Still to this day are throwing the Sheffield United's ghost goal at us. It'd be nice not to have that. It'd be nice not to have that in the win today as well, I think myself. Another Los Angeles.
Fair play to you, Mike. Another LA fans there. I don't know who Daniel is asking here. Are you from Cork?
Are you from Cork? I'd say he's asking me. Sure, well,
he couldn't be asking me.
No, you don't have a Cork accent. I'm not from Cork. I'm about 10-15 minutes from the Cork border, though, was where I grew up in Limerick, and I did spend about 5 years in Cork. So I do have a bit of a Cork twang. But no, I'm not from Cork. I'm very proudly a Limerick man. In exile in Galway at the moment. What was I going to say there, Paddy? There was something.
Neil, I reckon this is the one and only time on the podcast that Seamus Darby will be mentioned. Who's Seamus Darby? He stopped the famous Kerry team from winning 4 in a row or 5 in a row, whatever it was, back in 1981.
I was going, is Seamus Darby from Darby O'Gill and the Little People? Was that Darby O'Gill's real name? Was it Seamus Darby? I don't know what way my mind was going with that one. Yeah, I don't know what way my mind was going with that one.
I think that was in Biff had he's cheering on Villa and Offaly today.
Exactly.
Big day of sport. Big day of sport for me, because we've Celtic and Rangers at 1:30, we've Villa at 2, and then my beloved Dublin are playing later on today. So we won't bore everybody with everything else. But the most important thing today is that Villa get 3 points. That exactly. I would nearly take a defeat in the rest. I said nearly. Jude, you got your shout out. Fair play.
There you go, Jude.
And Jordy says, Hey Jude.
It's coming. It was always coming. Listen, we're messing now, lads. But listen, a big game against Manchester United today, as I say, another European eliminator, and one that I hope we get something out of to keep our trudge towards European football going. Even a draw today isn't the worst result in the world. It then puts us 5 points ahead of Brighton, albeit Brighton have all those games in hand. But for to have the points, than to be looking at them, should I say, than looking for them when it comes to points like that. So anything you can get away from Old Trafford is always a bonus. It's a must-not-lose game, I'm confident that Villa can go there with with more than expectation, or more than hope, should I say, to go win this game today. And as I say, 1-0, I think it's written in the stars for Villa, and we will be dancing jubilantly on the post-match podcast if that is the case.
Hope so. I really hope so. And Anne is giving out to me, Neil, while you were gone, and said that she shouted at me last night, but she didn't realise I had a Clare jersey on.
I know.
Otherwise she would have completely ignored me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And in fairness, when I met your parents, we took a photo and they made me take off my jacket, so I had the Clare jersey on in the photo.
Yeah, I know. That'll be used as compromise against you. Should anything ever go down, that's what that'll be used as. That dirty rag that you were wearing. God, no way. You might as well have had a Blues jersey on. Anyway, let's not get into the GA rivalries here, because we'll definitely bore people. Listen, thanks ever so much, everybody, for and we both putting our names in the hat. Well, the only category.
Is there such a thing?
I think the Silver Fox. That's what I might be going for. That's probably the category I might go for.
What about best beard? Best beard on the podcast. How's that?
Best beard on the podcast. Is there anyone else really that has a massive beard, that has a big beard? I don't think so.
I think it's safe to say we're definitely talking shite now, Neil.
Exactly, we're definitely talking shite now. Listen, we're going to go. Everybody get in front of your TV, or if you're at the game, I hope you enjoy it immensely. Or if you're going down the pub to watch it, or if you're watching it with mates or whatever, I hope you enjoy it. Because look, as I say, sport is all about being enjoyed. I hope they'll give you a reason to enjoy it, as I say, and I hope they win. But in the meantime, we will be back with a post-match podcast around 5 to 4, 10 to 4, 5 to 4 that way, and provided that there's no massive amounts of injury time. But in the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. Here's to an Aston Villa win, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.